evening and welcome to this edition of News Leader. Today is Tuesday, February the 21st, 2023. I'm Andrew Todd. In tonight's news, Motlow has received a grant from the Community Foundation of Middle Tennessee. The Tullahoma Board of Mayor and Aldermen try to take hiring and firing duties from the interim city administrator, and the Tullahoma Chamber held their annual members celebration. We'll have all these stories and more on tonight's News Leader.
Hi, my name is Ringo. Here at Barkview Senior Living, they're human-friendly. That's why I love it here, and so does my senior human. When they want a bite, they get chef-prepared meals, and so do I. Movies in the theater, day trips, walks on the trail, and other senior humans to play with. The grass and the grounds are exquisite. It's everything my human needs to be healthy and active. Barkview. Parkview Senior Living. For your dog's best friend, you.
The Duck River Watershed Society wants to invite you to our second annual spring cleanup on Saturday, March 4th at the Fire Lake Public Use and Boat Ramp. We are a nonprofit organization that focuses on ensuring the Duck River Watershed continues to benefit those who live, work, and recreate on it. We need volunteers to help with cleaning up parts of Normandy Lake down to the winter water drawdown line. Sign up at our website, duckriverwatershedsociety.com, and help do your part.
We teach Parkinson's patients how to move big and not let the Parkinson's slow them down. I've had patients I've treated in-house that could not even stand up, could not roll over in the bed, left the facility walking with a walker, have come back to us in outpatient and continued their big program and are now completely, handling life. The success of the program is just phenomenal.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Welcome back. At last week's Tullahoma Board of Mayor and Alderman meeting, the board debated whether they could take the duty of city employee hiring and firing away from the interim city administrator, Fire Chief Kenny Pearson.
Per Municipal Code 1-210, the City of Tullahoma shall launch an internal investigation into possible violations of policy or the law. The board may request the assistance of the Tennessee Comptroller of the Treasury, Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, and/or independent auditors. The city attorney shall bring the board a recommendation on any forensic auditing services that might add to the investigation. The city recorder shall be the point of contact for the day-to-day oversight of our internal investigation. The alderman shall be advised on any and all information about operations and information pertaining to the audit and investigation. The investigation shall make inquiry into the documents that were to be shredded and subsequently retrieved on February 1st. The actions of any and all employees that were to be shredded. The investigation shall make inquiry into the documents that were to be shredded and subsequently retrieved on February 1st. The action of any and all employees involved and any other related occurrences. The city attorney shall investigate as to any and all municipal codes or personnel policies that were violated and present a full report to the Board of Mayor and Aldermen. The auditors and the city recorder shall present a qualified document retention plan to be implemented and followed by all city staff. During this investigation, the city administrator, interim, shall place Costa Bryce on paid administrative leave effective immediately pending the investigation. All keys or means of access in the facility shall be obtained from Ms. Bryce, as well as any other city property such as computers, storage devices, or files. Ms. Bryce shall be instructed not to talk to any city employee until the conclusion of the investigation. In the interim, the city recorder's chain of command is to be the members of the Board of Mayor and Aldermen and not the city administration until further notice. Additionally, all hires, demotions, and termination of full-time staff shall be approved by the full Board of Mayor and Aldermen.
Mr. Worsham, is it anywhere in our codes or ordinances that grants the board authority to hire, fire anybody but city administrator?
No, it does not. The Code of Ordinances specifically delineate, gives the city administrator the power to do that.
And when the ordinances or charter or state law are silent, do we get to color in between those lines? Or is our authority expressed or implied?
Our authority is limited by the provision in state law, our charter, and our Code of Ordinances.
So if it doesn't say we can do it, then we don't do it.
Well, no, the Code of Ordinances specifically give that power to the city administrator.
Well, I'm talking about in our case, where it's silent on us hiring, firing, et cetera, and explicitly gives the power to somebody else.
That's correct, yes.
We don't have that
No,
authority.
you do not.
Correct.
Except for it says, per our municipal code, we are the governing body as it is defined in the first section of our municipal code. It shall mean the Board of Mayor and Aldermen of the City of Tullahoma. It also has language for the delegation of authority whenever a provision requires an officer or head of a department of the city to do some act or make certain inspections. It is to be construed to authorize the officer or head of the department to designate, delegate, and authorize subordinates to perform the required act or make the required inspection themselves unless the terms of the provision or section designate otherwise. So, essentially, as the legislative and supervisory authority, we have the right to authorize by our municipal code and can delegate any of such powers to any employees.
First of all, though, you've got to change what you've already done, because you've already done that. And so before you do this again, before you take it away, the power that's been granted, you've got to remove it. You've got to do that by appropriate action.
But we have an
And that would
interim.
be by an ordinance. You establish those provisions by ordinance, so you've got to change the ordinance in order to take that power
We don't
away.
have to change an ordinance that doesn't exist. There is no ordinance about an interim city administrator.
It's my opinion that the interim city administrator stands in the shoes of the city administrator. That's my opinion.
That is an opinion.
Otherwise, why even have one?
It is not a proper motion, nor do we have the authority.
Okay, then we can leave them all in play as they are.
I have ruled that the motion is out of order, so will not be considered.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Parkview Senior Living, active, independent senior living at its finest.
Times are very challenging right now, and stress levels are high.
Reports indicate overdoses on the rise in communities across the state of Tennessee.
Those experiencing addiction and their loved ones may be struggling to navigate through all the change.
We want you to know that deaths from overdose are preventable
And help is available.
anytime.
Day or night.
How do I know?
How do I know?
I am a face of recovery in Tennessee.
Welcome back. The Tullahoma Area Chamber of Commerce held their annual member banquet at the Manchester Coffee County Conference Center on Friday night. News Leader was there, and here we have a clip of the Citizen of the Year recipient, Nancy Fuller, receiving her award.
Now time to honor our Citizen of the Year. Each year we ask all of you for nominations for several awards, including our Citizen of the Year. We seek an individual who makes a visible impact on our community over time. A person who sets the pace and the example for our fellow leaders and community members, creating a path paved in kindness, hard work, and consistent effort over time. This person we are honoring tonight has been all of this and more to Tullahoma and our chamber. In her life, she has shown the value of family, married to her sweetheart for 45 years, sharing the joy of raising her daughter Jenny, and watching the family grow to include her son-in-law Greg and their 3 children. In her career, she met many of you in her more than 20 years at the American Legion and another 20 years at Traders Bank. There, she serves in her role greeting the community with a welcoming smile and a positive attitude and a work ethic matched by few people. She is never off the clock. In everything she does, she gives 110%. At the Chamber, we've been blessed by her leadership, joining us as an ambassador and then elected to serve on the board of directors, then elected to serve on the executive board, and she will be joining us as our president in 2024. Since joining us, she has volunteered at every single Chamber event. She is active in our CEO program, providing bank day to students at Traders Bank, helping our smallest community members understand the value of relationships and being good stewards of their money. Her warmth and care for the community shine in her service to the Chamber as she promotes Tullahoma every chance that she gets. Her volunteerism extends to more than just the Chamber. She also gives her time for Five Loaves for Kids, the American Legion Auxiliary Club, and is a great supporter of every single event and activity her grandchildren are a part of. Please stand and join us in welcoming to the stage our 2022 Citizen of the Year, Mrs. Nancy Fuller.
Well, I don't know what to say, but I'm very honored to receive this award, and I appreciate all of you, and all I can do is say thank you so much.
The Tullahoma Area Chamber of Commerce also recognized Vanderbilt Heart and Hospital as Business of the Year.
It is an absolute pleasure and honor to personally present this year's Business of the Year award. This year's recipient has been a presence in Tullahoma community for 55 years. As one of the largest employers in the area, they take great pride in knowing that their team is valued. They have seen many changes since 1967 through multiple renovations, expansions, as well as a few name changes. But their level of care to those in our community has carried on through it all. Most recently, in 2021, they took on a new name and an image that they are today. But their original concepts of providing excellent service, compassion, and safe quality care close to home never wavered. With that change came additional opportunities to provide life-giving support to local organizations, youth, and nonprofits, both large and small. Wherever there is a need, they are there in a flash, much like their first responders. From annual celebrations like the Chamber Banquet and Women Impacting the Community to the Chamber 5K, Christmas Parade, and so much more, they have been a lifeline of resources and support to the Chamber and the Tullahoma community as a whole. I can confidently say, as the Chamber 5K race director, that the Wobble Gobble would not be the same level of success without their support. And I don't just mean monetarily. They show up to help, to participate, you name it, they are there. And I'm sure many other organizations and nonprofits can say the same. Not only did they survive 2020, the year we all would like to forget, they thrived, providing continued care through many uncertain times. In 2021, despite all of the continued battle with COVID and changes due to acquisition, their staff welcomed 450 babies, performed 2,560 surgeries, provided thousands of COVID vaccines, while also caring for hundreds of COVID patients, treating 22,590 patients in the ER, providing care to 3,100 inpatients, and providing $30.4 million in uncompensated care from July 21 to June 22. They also poured $10.6 million in capital expenditures into equipment here locally to make sure they were providing state-of-the-art and most professional care. It is clear they're heartened in the community, and they are a constant source of life to Tullahoma. Please join me in congratulating this year's winner of Business of the Year Award, Vanderbilt Tullahoma Heart and Hospital.
So I think I'm more surprised than the other folks who were surprised. The transition to Vanderbilt has been fantastic. But most of all, we have a lot of men and women in the hospital who show up to work every day to do two things. That's to keep people well and to heal folks when they're not well. We've got some folks we have Mr. Jim Lane, who's chairman of our advisory board, Doc Watson, Dr. Steve Bills, we have Dr. Justin Miller, Dr. Wendy Patton Pierce, Dr. Colin Bills. We've got a lot of folks in the crowd, but your brothers and sisters and sons and daughters and aunts and uncles, a lot of them work in the hospital, and they do a fantastic job to do those two things, to help people stay well and to heal them when they're not well. So it's an honor for us to serve this community. Thank you very much.
We'll be right back after these messages.
It's not invoice. It's not MSRP. It's not Christmas Day, although it may feel like it. It's the lowest prices in Middle Tennessee, period. Get to Stan McNabb Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram or Stan McNabb Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac before these prices are gone forever.
I'm getting older. Do I need to worry about falling?
Yes, you do. Each year, 1 in 4 people 65 and older will experience a fall, and many will be serious. The majority of falls happen at home, so remove things that could make you trip and install handrails to keep you steady. To learn more about the steps you can take to help prevent a fall, please talk to your doctor. You can also visit aarpfoundation.org or medicaremadeclear.com/falls. This message was brought to you by United Healthcare and AARP Foundation.
Welcome back. It's that time of year where you should have all of your W-2s in, and it's time to figure out whether you get to go on vacation or eat ramen. The IRS has prepared this video to help explain the Earned Income Tax Credit and how it can get taxpayers a bigger refund.
If you work and have low to moderate income, be sure to look into the Earned Income Tax Credit, also known as EITC. It can put money in your pocket. The first thing to do is check out irs.gov/EITC. There, you'll discover the credit can be worth thousands of dollars for some people. The amount of your credit depends on several factors. This includes things like whether you have children, dependents, or are disabled. You must meet other criteria too. For example, your income from working and your investment income must be below specific limits. You must be a U.S. citizen or a resident alien all year, and you must have a valid Social Security number by the due date of your tax return. There are special qualifying rules for military members, clergy, and taxpayers with disabilities. But keep in mind that the only way anyone can get the credit is by filing a tax return and claiming the credit. One important note: the IRS is required by law to wait until mid-February to issue refunds to taxpayers who claim the Earned Income Tax Credit, so some people could get their money later than expected. This includes your entire refund, not just the part that's related to the credit you claimed on your tax return. For more information and to find out if you qualify for this valuable credit, visit irs.gov/EITC.
The Tennessee Department of Health joins partners across the state for the 8th annual Tennessee Quit Week, February 20th through the 24th, to encourage Tennesseans who want to quit using tobacco products to take advantage of the state's free resource, the Tennessee Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW. Tennessee Health Commissioner Ralph Alvarado said, quote, "We know more than 11,000 Tennesseans die each year from smoking-related illnesses. Help is available for those who want to make it a priority to live healthier lives and are ready to quit smoking, vaping, or using tobacco products," end quote. Cigarette smoking is the leading cause of preventable death and disability in the United States, and annual health care costs in Tennessee directly caused by smoking are $3.1 billion. Besides calling 1-800-QUIT-NOW, Tennesseans can text QUIT to 615-795-0600 or access tnquitline.com for free coaching and nicotine replacement patches if eligible. All services are free to Tennesseans and can double a tobacco user's chance of quitting successfully. Pregnant women who smoke are encouraged to contact their local health department to learn about the Baby and Me Tobacco-Free program for education and support, and participants can earn free diapers each month for up to 1 year. The mission of the Tennessee Department of Health is to protect, promote, and improve the health and prosperity of people in Tennessee. Learn more about the TDH services and programs at tn.gov/health. We'll be right back with more news after these messages. The Duck River Watershed Society wants to invite you to our second annual spring cleanup on Saturday, March 4th at the Fire Lake Public Use and Boat Ramp. We are a nonprofit organization that focuses on ensuring the Duck River watershed continues to benefit those who live, work, and recreate on it. We need volunteers to help with cleaning up parts of Normandy Lake down to the winter water drawdown line. Sign up at our website, duckriverwatershedsociety.com, and help do your part.
We tend to lose our motivation when we have something that's chronic, but you've got to do what you can early on as you can. After I'd exercise like that, I would have a lot of energy to do housework or whatever I needed. Well, I would recommend it highly to anyone at any degree of Parkinson.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Do you love sports? Then you should know about STEM. Because maximizing nutrition, analyzing peak muscle performance, calculating the perfect shot, and more are all made possible by science, technology, engineering, and math. In fact, there are more careers than ever in sports science. So if you have a passion for sports, then think about getting involved in STEM and improve everyone's game on and off the field. Get inspired at shecanstem.com.
Welcome back. The Community Foundation of Middle Tennessee, a charitable organization dedicated to enriching the quality of life in the 40 Middle Tennessee counties it serves, announced $2.8 million in grants to 432 nonprofit organizations as part of the 2022 annual grant-making process. Montlow College Foundation has received a $4,500 grant, which will be utilized for the foundation's Emergency Assistance Fund. The fund provides financial assistance to eligible students at Montlow State Community College who need help with educational expenses. Ellen Lehman, president of the Community Foundation of Middle Tennessee, said, quote, "The work of our nonprofit partners has never been more important as we watch needs emerge and evolve in this community. The Community Foundation is honored to connect generosity with need through these annual grants and other avenues throughout the year, but we couldn't have had an impact without the array of quality nonprofits offering solutions to our community's needs and vital services to our neighbors," end quote. The Community Foundation awards discretionary grants annually from its unrestricted and field of interest funds through an open application process to Middle Tennessee nonprofit organizations addressing community needs and benefiting the well-being of citizens through valuable programs and innovative services. Montlow College Foundation is a nonprofit 501c3 organization dedicated to generating support for Montlow State Community College. Their mission is solely to provide financial support for programs and activities that enhance the quality of education for Montlow State students and expand educational opportunities for communities throughout the college's 11-county service area. Montlow College Foundation supports the college by generating private and corporate gifts for scholarships, academic programs, student activities, campus buildings, athletics, special events, and other campus initiatives. For more information, call 931-393-1697, email Montlow Foundation at mscc.edu, or visit montlow.edu/give. The Community Foundation exists to promote and facilitate giving in the 40 counties of Middle Tennessee and beyond. It does this by accepting gifts of any size from anyone at any time and empowering individuals, families, companies, nonprofits, and communities to respond to the needs and opportunities that matter. The Community Foundation works with people who have great hearts whether or not they have great wealth to craft solutions that reflect their intentions and goals. For more information about the Community Foundation, call 615-321-4939 or visit www.cfmt.org. And don't forget to tune into this week's Living Show tonight at 6:30 p.m., Thursday morning at 9 a.m., and Thursday, Friday, and Saturday evenings at 6 p.m. We'll be right back with your weather forecast right after these messages. The Duck River Watershed Society wants to invite you to our second annual Spring Cleanup on Saturday, March 4th at the Fire Lake Public Use and Boat Ramp. We are a nonprofit organization that focuses on ensuring the Duck River Watershed continues to benefit those who live, work, and recreate on it. We need volunteers to help with cleaning up parts of Normandy Lake down to the winter water drawdown line. Sign up at our website, duckriverwatershedsociety.com, and help do your part.
For many senior citizens, life looks like this, but it doesn't have to. When you make your home at Parkview Senior Living, life after retirement takes on a whole new meaning. Daily exercise options, fun outings, happy hour, game nights, movies and popcorn, arts and crafts, enjoying friends over chef-prepared meals. Parkview Senior Living, where you're always home, but you're never home alone.
There's a lot of talk about the risks associated with the COVID-19 vaccine, but the reality is, it's safer than going for a run. Give it a shot. Find a free appointment today at covid19.tn.gov.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this date. Our record high was in 2018 at 79 degrees. Record low was in 1896 at 5 degrees. The average high for this day is 54, and the average low is 33. Cloudy tonight, with a low of 58. Partly sunny skies for Wednesday with a high of 75 and a low of 66. And mostly sunny skies for Thursday with a high of 80 and a low of 45. And that's our News Leader report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday evenings at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. for News Leader. Stay safe. Have a great evening.